In the volatile world of cryptocurrency, fortunes can be made and lost in an instant. Few stories encapsulate this dramatic reality quite like that of FTX and its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried. From its inception, FTX soared to become a global powerhouse, valued at an astonishing $32 billion. Bankman-Fried, an enigmatic figure with a disheveled charm, was hailed as a visionary, a responsible adult in a burgeoning, often chaotic industry. Yet, in November 2022, this colossal empire crumbled with shocking speed, leaving a trail of devastation and unanswered questions. Sam Bankman-Fried, often referred to as SBF, emerged from MIT with a background in quantitative trading. His early career at Jane Street Capital honed the analytical skills that would later define his approach to crypto. He was initially lauded for his effective altruism philosophy, advocating for earning significant wealth to donate it to charitable causes. This narrative, coupled with his casual attire and seemingly humble demeanor, cultivated an image of a brilliant, albeit eccentric, do-gooder focused on the greater good of the crypto space. It was a carefully constructed persona that would prove profoundly misleading. FTX, an abbreviation for Futures Exchange, launched in 2019, quickly distinguishing itself as a sophisticated platform for trading complex cryptocurrency derivatives. Unlike many competitors, FTX positioned itself as a secure, regulated, and user-friendly exchange, promising robust risk management and liquidity. SBF became a prominent voice in Washington, D.C., advocating for sensible crypto regulation and positioning FTX as a legitimate, trustworthy player. Customers, drawn by this image and the platform's advanced features, poured billions of dollars into FTX, trusting it to safeguard their digital assets and execute their trades. Central to understanding the FTX collapse is its intertwined relationship with Alameda Research, a cryptocurrency trading firm also founded by Sam Bankman-Fried in 2017. While FTX was the public-facing exchange, Alameda operated as a quantitative trading hedge fund. On the surface, they appeared to be separate entities, with FTX serving as a platform for Alameda's trading activities, among many other firms. This distinction, however, was critically blurred behind the scenes, creating a conflict of interest that ultimately undermined the entire structure of trust and accountability that FTX claimed to uphold. The seeds of FTX's downfall were sown in a deceptively simple yet devastatingly fraudulent practice: the secret funneling of customer funds to Alameda Research. From its earliest days, Alameda operated with privileges no other trading firm enjoyed on the FTX platform. Crucially, it had a credit line backed by FTX customer deposits, essentially allowing Alameda to borrow billions of dollars without any real collateral beyond the very assets FTX was entrusted to protect. This created an opaque pipeline, secretly diverting the secure holdings of FTX users into the speculative, high-risk ventures of Alameda. Further complicating this opaque financial web was FTX's proprietary cryptocurrency, the FTT token. FTX issued FTT, offering holders benefits like trading fee discounts. Crucially, a significant portion of Alameda Research's balance sheet was comprised of this FTT token, which was created by FTX itself. This meant Alameda was heavily leveraged on an asset whose value was intrinsically tied to the perceived success and stability of FTX. If FTT's value plummeted, Alameda's collateral would diminish, exposing the full extent of the firm's precarious financial position and its reliance on the very exchange it was meant to be distinct from. Over time, Alameda Research accumulated staggering debts. By design, or rather, by fraudulent manipulation, these debts were largely financed by FTX customer deposits. In essence, when users transferred money to FTX, believing it was safe, a significant portion was silently siphoned to prop up Alameda's trading activities and cover its losses. This went far beyond a simple loan; it was an undisclosed, unauthorized use of customer funds, representing a fundamental breach of trust and a blatant disregard for financial segregation principles. The scale of this misappropriation was immense, reaching into the billions of dollars. The fragile ecosystem built on this foundation of hidden debt and misappropriated funds was inherently unstable. The catalyst for its catastrophic collapse arrived in early November 2022, a single leaked document. This document, reportedly an Alameda Research balance sheet, circulated publicly. It revealed the staggering truth: Alameda's assets were heavily weighted in FTT tokens and other illiquid assets, while its liabilities, primarily owed to FTX, were enormous. This leak wasn't just a financial disclosure, it was an explosive revelation that pulled back the curtain on the precarious financial health of Bankman-Fried's entire empire. The leaked documents sent shockwaves through the crypto community. Within hours, Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, FTX's largest competitor and former investor, made a pivotal announcement. Citing recent revelations and risk management, CZ declared that Binance would liquidate its entire holding of FTT tokens. This was not merely a market move, it was a public declaration of no confidence in FTX and Alameda Research. Binance's decision instantly sparked panic, signaling to the wider market that a major player had lost faith in the solvency of Bankman-Fried's intertwined entities. The first domino had fallen. Binance's announcement triggered an immediate and devastating bank run on FTX. Customers, now aware of Alameda's dubious balance sheet and the potential for FTX to be insolvent, rushed to withdraw their funds. Millions of dollars turned into billions as users flooded the platform with withdrawal requests. FTX, having funneled much of its customer deposits to Alameda's risky ventures, simply did not have the assets to meet these demands. The illusion of liquidity shattered, revealing the stark reality that the customer money, believed to be safely held, was no longer there. The panic was absolute and irreversible. Within days, FTX, once worth $32 billion, faced an unprecedented liquidity crisis. The company announced it was halting customer withdrawals, a death knell for any financial institution built on trust. This action confirmed the worst fears: FTX did not possess the funds it claimed to safeguard. The customer money, secretly advanced to Alameda, was gone, tied up in illiquid assets or lost in bad trades. The intricate web of deceit, where customer deposits became Alameda's gambling chips, had finally unraveled, exposing the exchange as a hollow shell with no real reserves. The collapse of FTX was breathtaking in its speed. What began with a leaked document on November 2, 2022, rapidly accelerated through Binance's FTT liquidation announcement on November 6, and culminated in FTX filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on November 11. In less than 10 days, a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, lauded by politicians and investors alike, evaporated. Sam Bankman-Fried resigned as CEO, and the world watched in disbelief as the scale of the financial mismanagement and outright fraud came to light. The fall was not just swift, it was total. The direct consequence of FTX's collapse was the loss of billions of dollars belonging to ordinary customers. Individuals who had entrusted their life savings, investment portfolios, and future hopes to FTX found themselves with nothing. These funds, once seemingly secure in a leading exchange, were simply gone, used to cover Alameda's reckless losses. The dream of crypto wealth turned into a nightmare of financial ruin for countless users across the globe, highlighting the devastating impact of trusting a centralized entity with absolute control over their digital assets. Sam Bankman-Fried's dramatic fall continued as legal investigations swiftly ensued. Initially arrested in the Bahamas, where FTX was headquartered, he was extradited to the United States to face a litany of charges. The responsible adult persona quickly dissolved, replaced by the grim reality of a federal indictment. His trial laid bare the extent of the deception, the secret backdoors, the unchecked power of Alameda, and the callous disregard for customer safety. The evidence overwhelmingly painted a picture of calculated fraud, not merely mismanagement. In November 2023, exactly 1 year after FTX's implosion, Sam Bankman-Fried was convicted on all 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy. The jury found him guilty of wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and money laundering, among other charges. The verdict was a resounding affirmation of the prosecution's case: SBF knowingly orchestrated a scheme to defraud FTX customers and investors. It was a stark conclusion to a saga that had captivated the financial world, officially sealing his fate as a convicted fraudster, not the crypto genius he once appeared to be. The legal repercussions culminated in March 2024, when Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in prison. This significant sentence aimed to reflect the immense financial damage inflicted upon victims and to deter similar acts of fraud in the nascent crypto industry. The judge emphasized the lack of remorse and the calculated nature of the crimes, rejecting the defense's portrayal of SBF as a well-intentioned but naive individual. Justice, in this instance, was delivered, but the lessons learned from the FTX collapse remain profoundly impactful for anyone engaging with centralized exchanges. The FTX collapse serves as a monumental cautionary tale about the perils of trusting centralized exchanges with your money. Unlike decentralized protocols where assets are self-custodied or managed by smart contracts, a centralized exchange operates on an IOU system. You deposit your crypto, and they promise to hold it. FTX demonstrated that this promise is only as strong as the integrity of the people running the exchange. When a single entity controls billions in customer funds and operates with opacity, the potential for abuse, fraud, and catastrophic loss becomes tragically real. The fallout from FTX prompted a renewed scrutiny across the entire cryptocurrency industry. While regulators continue to grapple with appropriate frameworks for users, the incident underscores the paramount importance of due diligence. Diversifying holdings, utilizing hardware wallets for self-custody of significant assets, and meticulously researching the financial health and operational transparency of any exchange or platform are no longer optional. The promise of crypto decentralization means empowering individuals, but with that power comes the responsibility to protect one's own assets proactively. The FTX saga is a stark reminder that innovation, however groundbreaking, must be accompanied by robust ethics, transparent governance, and accountability. While the crypto world grapples with rebuilding trust, especially for institutional adoption, the memory of FTX's rapid collapse will linger. It stands as a powerful testament to the dangers of unchecked power and the seductive allure of perceived genius. The story of Sam Bankman-Fried, the brilliant founder who lost it all, will forever be etched into the history of finance as a cautionary tale, a profound warning about the true cost of betraying trust in the digital age.